Birak pamyoising official nataba ako'y nathazariba chokrising asida amtang lengshin binabay damakta nolog na hanggat
This again, yeah, against the light.
잠깐 높이면 막 밀어. 잠깐 높이면 막. 시직.
of Manipur, Sri Laga Nation, is arriving in a short while. Would like to request everyone to please be seated, and as soon as our respected chief guest arrives, he will visit the museum, and after that we will play the national anthem, and would like to request everyone to please stand up and join in our national anthem. Thank you so much. चलते हैं.
못하노 가나.
Tunggal.
Or other. Yeah, it's okay. Other.
Basta yung mga mamaro yan.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a reminder once again to please set your mobile phones on mute. Mute mo ta thambi na magdamag tanol na hanggat cheri. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our respected Chief Guest, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri La Ganeshan. Lingshin Biriba Kwaipum the Makna, Isai Sagi Fampam Langdagi, Hawapiduna, Ikai Kunajariba, Honorable Governor, Manipur, Sri La Ganeshan, Taram no Pigani. Ladies and gentlemen, mother and motherland are greater than heaven. So to show devotion towards motherland, I would like to request everyone to please rise for the national anthem. Thank you so much, everyone. Please take your seats. Kurumjari, Namaskar, Konnichiwa, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to our very beautiful and very unique Imphal Peace Museum. Memory and destiny go together. The more resilient, defiant, and empowered memory is, the more assured the future is. This is what history narrates and what the storytellers say. Unlike other war museums, which are everywhere and which glorify power, war, and militarism, Imphal Peace Museum tries to build peace by healing historical wounds, forming a bridge between the past, present, and future. And it is a specific social institution for the cultivation of knowledge, experience, and values of peacemaking, as well as instructive examples of overcoming historical and modern wars and conflicts. Today, 22nd June 2022, we all have gathered here to celebrate the third anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum at Maibam Lotpa Ching, organized by Manipur Tourism Forum and Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation. Ngasi June gitang kunganitoy, ing kumja lisingani kunitoy. Yaifaraba yumsakation numit Maibam Lotpa Chingda madom nganthoy riba Imphal Peace Museum gi Chahi ahum mapung farakpagi pangthokjariba thauram asibu mapung fahanbinabagi damakta madi sarukyabinabagi damakta lingbirakliba ikaikhunajariba mitunglensing maike somgi ahal laman oja guru khwai pumnamakpu aihakna subchinjaraga sinjalangjarbagi mau sinjaraga ikoknona khulumjari madi thauram asida taram nokchari. On behalf of the organizers, I am profoundly delighted to welcome our respected chief guest of today's function, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri La Ganeshan. We extend a very warm welcome to you, sir. I deem it a great honor and privilege to welcome our respected guest of honor, Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Charge d'Affaires Minister of Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan to India. Your presence here today inspires the entire gathering. We welcome you, sir. We extend our most cordial welcome to our respected guest of honor, respected Sir Shri P.K. Jha, IAS Commissioner Tourism, Government of Manipur. And last but not least, we are greatly honored to have with us Atsushi Tsunami-san, President, Sasakawa Peace Foundation. A very warm welcome to you, sir. And we are pleased to extend our warmest greetings to everyone present here, especially to our dear friends who have come from different countries and different reasons. Welcome to Imphal, Manipur. Welcome to Imphal Peace Museum. We have a rich tradition of Atithi Devo Bhava, means guest is God. Now taking the opportunity of this remarkable event and following our rich culture, we would like to honor and felicitate our respected dignitaries by presenting a lingyan, traditional stole, bouquet, and a memento, that is a replica of Kanglasha. To felicitate our respected chief guest, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri La Ganeshan, I would like to invite Sri K.H. Krishnan Singh, President, Manipur Tourism Forum. Thank you so much. To felicitate our respected guest of honor, Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Charity Affairs Minister and Deputy Chief Mission of Embassy, Chief Mission Embassy of Japan to India, may I invite Dr. T.H. W. Singh, Founder, President, Manipur Tourism Forum. Thank you so much. Respected Sri Haubam Joyremba, Museum Director, Imphal Peace Museum, will do the honor of felicitating our respected Sir Sri P.K. Jha, IAS, Commissioner Tourism, Government of Manipur. Thank you so much. And may I request Sri Arambam Angamba, President, Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation, to felicitate our respected guest of honor, Atsushi Tsunami-san, President, Sasakawa Peace Foundation. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request Sri K.S. Krishnan Singh, President, Manipur Tourism Forum, to deliver the welcome address of today's function.
A very good morning to all. Kurumjari, Namaste, Konnichiwa, and welcome to Honorable Governor. So, indeed, today is an important and auspicious day for the Manipur Tourism Forum and Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation, as it was on this day 3 years ago that the Imphal Peace Museum was inaugurated with the presence of the then Ambassador to India, His Excellency Kenji Hiramachu, Sir Dominic Asquith, High Commissioner of England to India, Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman Nippon Foundation, Sri Karam Syam, the then Honorable Minister, and Dr. Ranjan Sapam, the then Honorable MLA and currently Honorable Minister, and various officials and dignitaries from Embassy of Japan, Nippon Foundations, Sasakawa Peace Foundations, and also from the government of Manipur. Friends, as we gathered here to celebrate the 3rd anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum, it is with profound gratitude and happiness that I extend my sincerest and warm welcome to respected Sri La Ganeshan Ji, Honorable Governor of Manipur, for his kind presence as the chief guest of this 3rd anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum. Sir, your kind presence as the chief guest of this 3rd anniversary ceremony as a chief guest has made this 3rd anniversary magnanimous, meaningful, and also take the Indo-Japan-Manipur friendship to new heights. Welcome to you, sir. I would like to extend my warm welcome to Sir Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan, to India and his entire team from Embassy of Japan to India. Sir, the effort of commemorating the 70th Battle of Imphal way back around 7-8 years ago and the subsequent versions of commemoration enable us to closely associate it with the Japanese Embassy. The long understanding and the trust over the years has culminated in the form of Imphal Peace Museum. And we are looking for many more projects in the state of Manipur. A warm welcome to you, sir. I would like to extend my sincere warm welcome to Sir P.K. Jha, IAS Commissioner of Tourism, Government of Manipur. Sir has been always forthcoming with the various activities of Manipur Tourism Forum. A warm welcome to you, sir. I would also like to extend my warm welcome to Atsushi Tsunami-san, President Sasakawa Peace Foundation. In fact, Sasakawa Peace Foundation has been of the constant guiding force in each of the steps and the phases of Imphal Peace Museum, and inspiration right from the construction phases to the final shape of what Imphal Peace Museum is today. I would like to extend my warm welcome to Dr. Thangjam W. Singh, Founder President, Manipur Tourism Forum, and recipient of Order of Rising Sun, Gold and Silver Race for the year 2020, and the backbone, mentor, and the inspiration of our Manipur Tourism Forum, whose tireless effort as the chairman of construction committee has enabled to see the day of the light for the Imphal Peace Museum. A warm welcome to you, sir. I extend my warm welcome to Sri Angamba Singh, President, Imphal Campaign Foundations, our partner in making this Imphal Peace Museum, and he has contributed tirelessly in the initial stages of the constructions. I also extend my warm welcome to Sri Maibam Joyremba, Museum Director, Imphal Peace Museum, who has tirelessly contributed in making the final shape of what we are seeing today, and he has been constantly involved in various projects of the Imphal Peace Museum in its upgradation of artifacts and other projects actually. I would also like to extend my warm welcome to Ishikawa-san from Nippon Foundation, and also thank Yohei Sasakawa-san, who had visited twice at Imphal, once during the final completion and again at the time of inauguration. We are always very much indebted to Yohei Sasakawa-san and the Nippon Foundation for funding the project. I extend my warm welcome to Yui Nakamura-san, Ayuko-san, Sana Hayashi-san from Sasakawa Peace Foundation, who have taken extra initiative and always there to guide us, lead us, help us in making what Imphal Peace Museum is today. Indeed, it is great to see you all after 2 years. Friends, I would like to welcome other dignitaries from the Japan Foundation, JICA, officials from the Japanese corporations. I would also like to extend my sincerest welcome to all the dignitaries from the Manipur University. I would like to also extend to my warm welcome to Sir Asni. Welcome to you, sir. And friends, I would also like to welcome my friends from the print and electronic media and my dear brothers, sisters from the Nambol, Ching, and Maibam Lotpa clubs actually. Friends, as India and Japan celebrate 70 years of establishing diplomatic ties, we at the Forum and Imphal Peace Museum would like to take the relationship to greater heights with probably a Japan festival here at the IPM in the coming days. Moreover, we would like to see the relationship transform into more people-to-people contact, cultural and economic cooperation reaching the state of Manipur. Friends, the museum now stands as a symbol and testimony of our stronger ties between India and Japan, and also between Manipur and Japan. With these few words, I extend my sincere warm welcome to all and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shri K.S. Krishnan Singh, President, Manipur Tourism Forum. Let us now invite Shri Maibam Joyremba, Museum Director, Imphal Peace Museum, to deliver the keynote address.
Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri Laganeshan Ji, Honorable Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan to India, Atsushi Tsunami-san, President of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Sri P.K. Jha, Commissioner Tourism, Government of Manipur, friends from the Sasakawa Peace Foundation and Nippon Foundation, representatives from industries of Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industries in India, filmmakers from Kohima and Manipur, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor for me to deliver this keynote address on behalf of the Manipur Tourism Forum and the Imphal Campaign Foundation on this third anniversary. The birth of this museum is indeed a story in itself. With the declaration of the Battle of Imphal in Kohima as the fiercest battle of the Second World War by the British Army, the importance and the significance of Imphal and the battle zones has started to become more relevant and more important. With the Manipur Tourism Forum and the ICF having been commemorating the Battle of Imphal in Kohima since the early part of 2010 with the theme of peace and reconciliation, a proposal was submitted to the Nippon Foundation through the Embassy of Japan to India for the establishment of the museum. The Nippon Foundation sanctioned for the construction of the museum, and the Sasakawa Peace Foundation was a driver in making the display and the representation of the museum in reality. I will take few names without whose support the museum that we see today would have never become a reality. One Kazuki Osura-san and Suziko Taira-san of the Hevari Museum in Okinawa, Japan. Yu Nakamura-san and Ayuko-san from the Sasakawa Peace Foundation. Yosuke Ishikawa-san from the Nippon Foundation. And Hiramatsu Kenji and Takeshi Yagi-san, the ex-ambassador of Japan to India. And of course, Yohei Sasakawa, the chairman of the Nippon Foundation, who was the driver and the force in this museum. There were numerous challenges in establishing this museum. Though the Nippon Foundation has sanctioned for the construction of the museum, initially we are finding it very difficult finding a place where the museum should be constructed. Then the Department of Tourism leased this area, and believe me, this is the most appropriate place for a museum. The Red Hills and the Tidim Road on the sides of the museum and the India Peace Memorial just at the corner is actually the perfect place for the Imphal Peace Museum. The museum that you see today is conceived, designed, and divided into three sections, namely the war section, the post-war, and the life and culture section. The section of war depicts not the bloodshed and the violence, but the sufferings that the people of this place had to endure. It talks about how people fled from the raging battles using bullock carts and whatever means with small belongings. The facts and figures of the various battles, the civilian casualties, the member of the Indian National Army, the uniform of the Japanese Army, the war remains are the few displays in this war section. The second section, which is the post-war section, displays how Manipur came back, living the memories of war and moved forward in the path of progress and change. The third section of life and culture narrates the story of the diversity of Manipur, yet the uniqueness, the game of polo, the various communities' headgears, the sangai, a traditional Meitei Yumzao, and various indigenous musical instruments adorns the life and culture section. The central hall that we are here now of the Imphal Peace Museum showcases the various communities that live in perfect harmony with photos in their traditional attire. The calligraphic signature on your left of the then Prime Minister Shinzo Abe-san's signed copy of Heiwa, meaning peace, is adorned at the central section of the hall. Now, this museum stands as a testimony and attempts to pass a message, the sufferings of the war, and that there are no victors and sufferings are on both sides. It is humanity that loses, with more than 29,000 plus visitors visiting this museum in the last 2 years. In the last 3 years, of course, there were around 14 months of lull period because of COVID. 29,000 plus number of visitors is a testimony that this museum indeed is a success story. We firmly believe that the effort of the Manipur Tourism Forum has brought about a new perspective and a new chapter in the relationship between Japan and a small state, Manipur, through this very small initiative. Taking this opportunity, I urge the government of both the countries to look into removing the negative travel advisory so that more activities can be taken up and the relationship could be further enhanced through culture, industry, education, and exchanges. I also urge that this place be developed as a complex for remembrance and reconciliation. Manipur has never witnessed and hosted any prime minister of any country, but in 2020, the planned visit of the Prime Minister Modi and Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan, to this museum in 2020 was cancelled 2 or 3 days prior to the arrival. That has left us shattered and disheartened, but we hope and pray and request the two countries' governments that would definitely work out for hosting the two prime ministers in the very near future. With these few words, I thank you all for a patient hearing with the message that there are no victors in war, and let us strive to bring peace. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, respected Sri Maibam Joyremba, Museum Director, Imphal Peace Museum. May I have the honor to request Sri Arambam Angamba, President, Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation, to address the gathering and share his thoughts with us.
Very good morning. Respected dignitaries of today's function, in particular, Honorable Sri Ganeshan Ji, Governor of Manipur, Honorable Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan, Sri P.K. Jha Ji, Commissioner Tourism, Atsushi Tsunami-san, President Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Ishikawa-san, Nippon Foundation, and my dear friend Yokuse Oshida-san from Toyota Kirloskar. Distinguished invitees, friends from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, at the very outset, I would like to welcome you all once again on behalf of Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation and our partner Manipur Tourism Forum. To the 3rd anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum, we stand today as an endearing landmark built on the positive emotional connect that people of Manipur has with Japan. And the museum stands solemnly today in the memory of all those who laid down their lives in what's now considered as one of the fiercest and keenly contested encounter of the World War II. The landmark cut across nation, color and creed in remembering those 30,000 of the Japanese army, 16,000 plus from the British Indian contingent in these twin battles. But today, it is also paramount important to remember those 2,000 martyrs, soldiers of the Azad Hind Force, who arrived with the Japanese to free India from the British colonialism. It was from the 1st Division of led by Colonel Kiani, who arrived to liberate India. While we're happy today to have a nation like Japan as partner in various spheres of peace and developmental effort, it is also extremely important to keep this strategic partnership in the face of changing priorities in the Southeast Asia. I wish the two great countries remain friends forever. Before I conclude, I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, Government of Japan, for awarding the Certificate of Appreciation for our passionate effort in the joint collaboration project in the search of Japanese soldiers' remains of the World War II in Imphal. Thank you all. Thank you once again for your valuable time. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Sri Arambam Angamba, President, Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation. In continuation of this program, now would like to request respected Dr. Thangjam Dhabali Singh, Founder President, Manipur Tourism Forum, to share his profound knowledge with us.
Good morning, Sri Ganeshan Ji, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Minister and Deputy Chief of the Mission, Embassy of Japan to India, Sri P.K. Jha, Commissioner, Department of Tourism, Government of Manipur, Achusi Sunami-san, President Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Sri Krishnan, President Manipur Tourism Forum, Sri Angamba, President Imphal Campaign Foundation, and Sri Hawam Joyremba, Director the Imphal Peace Museum. Officials from Embassy of Japan, Nippon Foundation, and Sasakawa Peace Foundation, other distinguished invitees and delegates, ladies and gentlemen, members from Manipur Tourism Forum, World War II Imphal Campaign Foundation, and especially I would like to mention the name of Harjit and Nibaran, the secretaries of the two organizations, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to extend the greetings to all on the 3rd anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum. Battle of Imphal and Kohima have been described as one of the fiercest battles of World War II. Multiple of thousands lost their lives during the war, and it was indeed a dramatic event in the history of Manipur. There were fierce fighting, large-scale destruction, and mass exodus. This museum has not been built to glorify war. We believe that in war there are no victors. However, we need to pay homage to those who sacrifice their life and remember the ill effects of war and propagate the message of peace. Hence, the name of this museum is Imphal Peace Museum, in short, IPM. Now, IPM stands tall today. It is now an important landmark in the state. It is heartening to see that the huge footfall of nearly 29,000 plus in the last 3 years, in spite of closure of the museum almost more than 1 year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. This museum has also won a number of awards, both national and international, for its interior design and display. And credit goes to Sri Suresh Vidrom, our designer. He is also present in our midst today. I am fortunate to be associated with this museum as chairman of the construction committee since the time of conceptualization. I, on behalf of the construction committee, thank Embassy of Japan to India for all the support and assistance, Nippon Foundation and Sasakawa Peace Foundation for funding the project and technical assistance, and Government of Manipur for allocating this land. Taking the advantage of this opportunity, let me appreciate and thank some individuals for their immense contribution during the completion of this museum and subsequent upgradation in the last 1 year or so to this present status. Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman of Nippon Foundation, for continuing support. Yui Nakamura-san and Ayuko-san of Sasakawa Peace Foundation. Ishikawa-san of Nippon Foundation for being instrumental in almost every step from the day one till the end, to the final stage of this museum completion and also for the upgradation. Oshiro-san and Taira-san from Okinawa, Japan, for technical advice and physical involvement in the finalization of display. Hawam Joyremba and Suresh Vidrom for working day and night selflessly. Angamba and Rajeshwar for contributing materials and information. I would also like to appreciate Sri Mutua Bahadur, Sri Pradeep Panjavam, Sri N. Lokendra, Madam Bimala, and all the committee, construction committee members for their inputs. Last but not least, I would like to appreciate and thank President Krishnan and all the members of Manipur Tourism Forum and also World War II Imphal Campaign Foundation for their cooperation and contribution to this museum. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, respected Dr. Thangjam W. Singh, Founder President, Manipur Tourism Forum. With equal pleasure, would like to request respected Sri P.K. Jha, IAS Commissioner Tourism Government of Manipur, to share a few words.
A very good morning to you all. Chief guest of today's function and Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri La Ganeshanji. Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Charge the Affairs Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan to India. Atsushi Tsunami-san, President Sasakawa Peace Foundation. The President and the Office Bearers of Manipur Tourism Forum. Other guests and dignitaries, particularly those who are visiting us from Japan, and friends from the print and electronic media who are present here to cover the function today. It was on 30th of April this year that I visited this museum for the first time. And believe me, not only did it take me down the memory lane, but also the visit was overwhelming and emotional. Because as it has been rightly said, this is not a symbol of war, but a symbol of peace and reconciliation, and a symbol of moving forward and moving ahead. At the same time, the bravery, the valor, and the sacrifice that the people made, who they thought they were fighting for the just cause, too far away from their house, their families, thousands of kilometers away. So, in a way, Japan and India, particularly Manipur, has a shared and a common history. It's because of World War II, and even otherwise, because of our proximity geographically also, we are closer to Japan as compared to rest of the mainland of the country. So, in a way, the tourism department of Manipur takes pride in the fact that we are associated with a museum like this, which helps us realize the futility of war and the importance of peace, peaceful resolution of disputes. As a student of politics, political science and history, we have studied various wars, and ultimately we have all realized that it leads to nothing other than bloodshed and loss of lives, and it takes us back by several years. So aptly placed, this museum is a perfect symbol and example of how we should resolve our disputes and differences in a peaceful manner sitting across the table. At the same time, we also realize that people from various cultures, various societies and various nationalities can come together and talk about a common cause, and this is a perfect example of that also. So I would like to thank the Tourism Forum for organizing this function on the 3rd anniversary, and I'm very sure that the visit of Honorable Governor and the Honorable guests from Japan would add value to this place. And I also would like to request to the Honorable guests from Japan that we would like to invite the people of Japan to our state. We would like to develop it as a tourism center for not only from cultural point of view, but for historical reasons, and also for that we have a shared and a common history. So I'll take this opportunity to extend invitation to people of Japan to visit us. And again, as has been rightly said, that the travel restrictions because of the 2 years of COVID, that itself was a battle that we all had to fight. And it was not only a particular country, but the entire humanity, the entire humankind had to face it. So now is the time to relax the restrictions so that people can mingle and interact. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, respected Shri P.K. Jha, IAS, Commissioner Tourism, Government of Manipur. And I'm glad to invite Atsushi Tsunami-san, President, Sasakawa Peace Foundation, to enlighten us with your valuable words. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with a big round of applause.
Thank you. Chief guest, Honorable Sri Ganesan, the Honorable Governor of Manipur, Mr. Sri P.K. Jha, the Commissioner of Tourism of Government of Manipur, and Mr. Kawazu Kunihiko, Judge Affairs and Embassy of Japan. Good morning. I'm Hatsushi Tsunami, the president of Sasagawa Peace Foundation, and it is a great privilege for me to participate in the third anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum. First of all, let me express my deepest sympathy and condolences to the people, families, and communities affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. This month, last year, we witnessed great suffering as the global pandemic hit hard in India, and here in Manipur was no exception. In the welcome note of the museum, I see the reference from Brecht in dark times. In today's world, we are experiencing great difficulties, social divisions, and existing problems that have been worsened by the pandemic, which poses a serious threat to our society. Though we may be in the dark times, through the Imphal Peace Museum, I see a silver lining for the future, as it is going to be touched upon in detail in Mr. Sasakawa's video message following my speech. It was the friendship nurtured by the Imphal Peace Museum that made it possible for the Nippon Foundation to contribute medical equipment to the people of Manipur, and we are thrilled to take part of this mission last June. 78 years ago, while many died on the Japanese and Allied sides, great suffering was also inflicted upon the local people, as their peace was violently disrupted. Going through the museum, I was very much impressed with how the displays narrate the stories of Manipur starting from those dark times. It is designed to shed light on the local people's experience of the war, the post-war reconstruction, as well as the rich cultural diversity of the region. I cannot imagine how much efforts and dedication from the people of Manipur, Nagaland, Delhi, the UK, and Japan, especially from Okinawa, went into this museum. To recover the memories and testimonies of the war, the Sasakawa Peace Foundation supported an initiative to record the voices of the men, women from the present-day Manipur and Nagaland. From the bottom of my heart, I congratulate Seshino-san's team from Nagaland, Angelica-san's team from Manipur for the great achievements of the film production. In so doing, my generations can learn the lessons of the past. I proudly say that the museum itself seems to me the symbol of the pathway to peace. In concluding my remarks, let me thank Dr. Dabari, Joy Denba-san, Krishna-san, KP-san, and Harushizo-san of the Manipur Tourist Forum for organizing such an impressive event and keeping the spirit of Imphal Peace Museum. Through In the Dark Times, we are able to commemorate today the friendships, goodwill, and the solidarity we have developed with each other. I believe that such values will ultimately help contribute to a better Asia and a better world. And before finishing, I just wanted to, I don't know whether it is appropriate in my position to say this, but to congratulate the team from Sasagawa Peace Foundation and the team from the Nippon Foundation for making this project such a success, and as a symbol of our cooperation with the people of Manipur. And I would like to express enough my sincere thanks to the people of Manipur for accepting our team to work with you to develop this project such a success. And this becomes the symbol, I hope, and to become the foundation of our commitment to work together with the people of Manipur for the prosperity and the future of this region and India for the decades to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Asushi Shunami-san, President, Sasakawa Peace Foundation. Now I'm profusely elated to take this opportunity to introduce our very own, very special Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman, the Nippon Foundation. a private non-profit foundation established in 1962 for the purpose of carrying out philanthropic activities using revenue from motorboat racing. Popularly known for so many noble causes in order to make the world a safer place to live, we are indeed very lucky to have his kind and generous support from the very beginning till that. So today, Yohei Shasakawa-shan couldn't be with us due to some unavoidable circumstances, but not to feel his absence on this very auspicious day, he does send a lovely video message for us. Ladies and gentlemen, on the screen please.
who lost their lives during the war. Honored to join you today in solemn remembrance of the people of Manipur who lost their lives during the war 78 years ago. Theirs was the ultimate sacrifice. But the Imphal Peace Museum, which today celebrates its 3rd anniversary, is an expression of their hopes for a peaceful future. I would therefore like to express my deepest respect for the untiring efforts of Dr. Tangjang Tabari Singh, President Krishnan Singh, and Director Maibam Joylemba. Dr. Tabari Singh in particular was conferred the Order of the Rising Sun by the government of Japan last year. He received the medal in recognition of his outstanding effort to deepen the friendship between Japan and the states of Manipur. This includes his contribution to establishing the Imphal Peace Museum. The museum today plays a very important role as a bridge between the past and the future, and between Japan and the state of Manipur. It is the dedication and the effort of all of you that have made this possible. Last year, India was no exception in experiencing national crisis from COVID-19, which raged around the world. However, it was for the friendship we have built through the funding of this museum that the Nippon Foundation was able to send oxygen concentrators and other necessary medical equipment for COVID-19 treatment to the state of Manipur. We would be most happy if we have been of assistance to you in any small way. Every year, Director Joylemba sent me a beautiful photo. It is a photograph of a cherry blossom that we planted at the opening of the museum 3 years ago. It is a joy to see its growth, and it will be symbolizing the success of the museum. It is my dream that through this museum, the relationship between Japan and the states of Manipur and with India will deepen still further. I look forward to seeing all of you soon in person. At the same time, I sincerely hope for the further development of the museum. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Yohei Sashikawa-san, Chairman, Nippon Foundation. Please to convey our sincere thanks to him. Thank you so much. With joyous heart and respect, may I now invite our respected guest of honor, Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Charge d'Affaires Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan to India, to address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, Kawazu Kunihiko-san.
Mr. Shri La Ganeshan Ji, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Mr. P.K. Jha, Commissioner Tourism, Government of Manipur, Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman of the Nippon Foundation, Atsushi Tsunami-san, President of Sasakawa Peace Foundation, SPF, Mr. Dabari Shin, Founder President, Manipur Tourism Forum, Mr. Maibam Joy Lemba, Museum Director, IPM, Shri Arabam Angamba, President of World War II Imphal Campaign Foundation, Mr. Krishnan Singh, President, Manipur Tourism Forum, representative from Manipur State Government, members of the Manipur Tourism Forum, respected citizens of Imphal, my dear Japanese friends and colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, namaskar, kurum jari, konnichiwa. First and foremost, my special thanks go to Manipur Tourism Forum, which enabled today's big, precious event. On behalf of the Government of Japan, on behalf of the Embassy of Japan, I would like to congratulate on this 3rd anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum from my bottom of the heart. This ceremony is possible only with the contributions of many people like Manipur Tourism Forum, local citizens of Manipur, and Nippon Foundation, as well as SPF. I am especially glad that this ceremony is held in person like this, especially with the physical presence of the President Tsunami-san, SPF. I am told that almost close to 30,000 visitors came to this important museum, even with the closing interval of 18 months because of COVID. This is a very encouraging number, I believe, and I am also very much encouraged during the tour for today's honorable guest, Ganeshan Ji, governor, told us that he will take time. He will be interested in coming here again to take a look at the exhibition more deeply. I believe that the more visitors will join this museum in future too. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, before this ceremony, I visited the India Peace Memorial and conveyed my heartfelt condolences to the victims, irrespective of the nationalities. I cannot help thinking about forever lasting sorrow and grief of the war-bereaved family and friends. Irrespective of such sorrow and grief, citizens of Manipur kindly have cooperated in Japanese remains repatriation, protected and maintained this peace memorial next to this museum, and also, of course, contributed to this museum too. I would like to reiterate sincere gratitude of Government of Japan, Embassy of Japan to the people concerned. Today, together with the chief guest, governor, I had an opportunity of looking at the exhibition of museum. I cannot help feel, imagine disappointment of fallen Japanese soldiers. I was struck by experiences of Manipur citizens during war, and also I reconfirmed my belief that war shall not happen again. I heard that the contents of this exhibition, of this museum, is the result of detailed consultation among Nippon Foundation, Sasakawa Foundation, Manipur Tourism Forum, and local experts. Through the exhibition, I could also deepen my understanding in Manipur's history and culture. This is very precious experience for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recognize the great contributions of related institutions. Let me begin with SPF's archive activities. I heard that the SPF is trying to audio visualize oral explanations of Manipur local citizens. This is very important for future generations. I would like to admire these efforts. For northeastern region of India, SPF is also instrumental by assisting startups of young and female entrepreneurs. I would like to name Ms. Yui Nakamura here, Senior Program Officer of SPF. She has been helping my embassy by her participation in intellectual dialogue for development of northeastern Indian region. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to thank Chairman Yohei Sasakawa-san, Nippon Foundation, who kindly sent video message today for his great contributions to India-Japan relations. I would like to recall here that he received Gandhi Peace Prize by incumbent President Kovind for his activities related to elimination of Hansen diseases. Also, Nippon Foundation has been very active in exchange programs for Diet members, members of parliaments between two countries. And from this video message of Sasakawa Sensei, I cannot forget to mention last July, assistance in terms of COVID-related medical equipments were made in big way, by the way. In this context, I would like to join Tsunami-san by in conveying my sympathy and condolences to the victims of this COVID in Manipur and in India too. Last but not least, I would like to appreciate Manipur Tourism Forum too. Government of Japan decorated founder president Mr. Dabari Ching for his cooperation, including in bone collections for our soldiers, and also opening this museum. I would like to repeat our thanks to Dr. Ching here again. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, this year marks the 70th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between two countries. Our embassy, together with the related organizations and institutions, organize, implement, invite and advertise the various events commemorating this 70th anniversary year. I heard that in Manipur, in this state, in November, the Cherry Blossom Festival is planned. This is very remarkable event to impress the local people by our national blossoms. I would like to continue to cooperate with the citizens of Manipur, and in this anniversary year, we would like to strengthen the Japan-Manipur relations as well as India-Japan relations. ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Ta good chari.
Thank you so much. Kawazu Kunihiko-san, Charge the Affairs Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan to Imphal. Now, two women filmmakers from Manipur and Kohima embarked on a journey to record the narratives that happened 78 years ago. Speaking and talking today and attempts to bring us what they witnessed and experienced during those hard times of the Second World War with the support of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation. May I now call upon our respected Chief Guest, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri Ganeshan, and the two women filmmakers, Thingnam Anjulika Samom from Manipur and Sashino from Nagaland, and also Yui Nakamura-san of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation to release the videos, that is, narratives from the Battle of Imphal and Kohima. Thingnam Anjulika Samom, Seshina from Nagaland, Yui Nakamura-san of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, and our respected Chief Guest, Honorable Governor Sri Ganeshan. Thank you so much for doing the honor. Due to the time constraint, we will have a glimpse of the documentary film Narratives from the Battle of Imphal and Kohima.
시디리네 가까만에 콜 레자이바는 그리고 오가마 그리고 아주들 수고는 오가마 호주크야다 제 밤에 뒤에 나 혼노를 내지마 엄마 땀다 에시 오크 때를 밤 미치면 나를 시도다. 어제 저는 봄하 지선에 지그 부탁까지 그러면 뭐 가만히 혼을 내지 말고 서부 그놈을 아주 자리를 가다다냐고 시도 지금 아우 서부 이거 그냥 사진 가야기도 하지 부터 막회 마멜레 어시 수고를 붙에 마우치 막 실현을 배상을 부르고 복무를 내가 봄이가 이제 보가 와고 연인 부지 뭐 마다는 해오다 빠져지 나 아버지 복근 모습, 내 애시 뭐 보내기 해야지. 아, 마음 이제 못 뽑히네 발탄에 돌아가려고 이제 방법.
Manipur Majapan la Pushe Maramahum Lai Amana Ching Amana Pelel Amana Ashi Tankungilam
Japan di plane Hyderabad Mathak Tangar Ayam Mayam si plane Mayam Saitura Zan
Harga may kuji wow kari ema
Boom tarakdana aikoi lan chen
bai chia khongjom ke thien maya si da khoi si
akoi Maibam lokaji Nambol chi kai ban mi sia kat na ka dong ban mi sia ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯥꯏꯕ ꯕꯦꯂꯨꯟꯁꯤ ꯏꯁ
ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯁ ꯏꯃꯥꯒ ꯕꯥꯗꯤꯒ ꯁꯤꯔꯝꯃꯅꯦꯗ ꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯍꯨꯝꯁꯦ ꯀꯞꯄꯦꯅꯦ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯌꯨꯝ ꯀꯩꯁꯦ ꯆꯥꯛꯈꯠꯂꯛꯑꯕꯅꯤꯅ
ꯂꯥ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯀꯣꯝꯗ ꯄꯣꯂꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯠꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯀꯣꯝ ꯆꯪꯉꯛꯏꯅ ꯀꯣꯅꯨꯡꯗ
ꯈꯪꯍꯧꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯑꯩꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯀꯟꯅ ꯁꯥꯎꯅꯔꯦ
이런 저수 유아들 키고 타면 더 타면 키고 타면 쪼글라셔도 야 이거 뭐지 만나서 데려서 거기 알려줘도 또 아치도 흐르가 좀 타나 나 이런 많이
싹도 방대들이네 시비를 잡네 맞아도 란득 시비
거기서 마게 누구도 가오도 포도도 부에 시내 미고 안에 오할래
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Thingnam Anjulika Samom and Seshino from Nagaland for this priceless treasure. Thank you so much. May I now humbly request our respected Chief Guest, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri Laganeshan, to deliver the valuable remarks of today's function.
The documentary film that was shown, that was spoiled by mood, so I am not able to speak now. Because seeing is believing. Mr. Kawazu Kuniko Ji, Minister and Deputy Chief Mission, Embassy of Japan in India. Sri P.K. Jha, Commissioner Tourism, Government of Manipur. Sri Atsushi Tsunami, President Sasakawa Peace Foundation. And Sri Krishan Singh, Sri Hobam Jairama Singh, Arambam Angma, Director Dr. Daboli Singh, Harjeet Sinam, Nippon Foundation representatives, distinguished invitees, friends from media, sisters and brothers. I am glad to be here on the occasion of the 3rd anniversary celebration of the Imphal Peace Museum. Imphal Peace Museum is constructed adjoining to the Indian Peace Memorial, popularly known as the Japanese Memorial. I am happy to know that such a museum was constructed and inaugurated on 22nd June 2019 at Maibam Lotpa, Ching, a sacred place of Manipur, and is famous for Second World War, where Japanese army fought against the Allied forces till their last breath. Therefore, this place is known as Peace Museum, which stands as testimony and a place to pay tribute for an everlasting peace and reconciliation. The efforts made by the Tourist Forum to establish such a museum and organize such event are indeed praiseworthy. I have gone through the museum now. I have promised them to come again silently without any other program to study the museum. Because for any student of history, personally I am interested to know about the history of the country. So I must spend some time to study what is there in the museum at all. Even I can request to the government that they can send a circular to all the college. The college students in group, they should visit here. And some guide must be there to properly explain to them. They should know the history. Once if they come at least out of 100, some 10 students will have some knowledge. And it will turn his life also. The Maibam Lotpa Ching or the Maibam Lotpa Ching or the Red Hills is a historic war memorial site of the Battle of Imphal, an important branch of the World War II that took place in Nambol, Manipur. The site is a small hillock where the battle was fought between the British Army and the Japanese troops. Renowned for being the site where the battle between Japanese forces and the British Army in the World War II was fought, the Maibam Lotpa Ching is one of the important places in the history of Manipur. Tourists visiting the tourist attractions will come across a moment in the Maibam Lotpa Ching that is built in the memory of the Japanese martyrs who sacrificed their lives in this fierce battle. Other than this, there is a manicured garden that has beautiful green plants and flowers that appears to be pleasing to the eyes. Not just this, but Japanese visit Imphal to pay respect to the soldiers of the unfortunate incidents. By showing these flowers and other things only, you have to attract the tourists. And then after coming in, you have to show what has happened exactly. So that is why I am mentioning about these flowers and other things, but otherwise I know which is important in this particular museum. The museum now displays and depicts hardship experienced by the people of Manipur during the war. And Manipur, which was a peaceful state, and the people had to flee from the ravages of war. Most fascinatingly, the museum also displays a special calligraphy signature presented by the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, with the word Haiwa, meaning peace. It is also gratifying to note that the museum is among the most visited tourist place in Manipur, with more than 28,000 visited in the last 2 years. Even though more than 8 months were closed down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In many ways, the Second World War had made Manipur leap from the 19th century, living in the 20th century. It is quite unbelievable. And such a decisive battle was fought in Manipur. And Manipur, with only about 5.5 lakh population at that time, hosted over 1.20 lakh soldiers from the different countries. When we now look at the present site, that is why, because of, just now we have seen the starvation. Starvation is because want of food, want of water. He has showed here the film also. Because a small place, city cannot afford to. Even then, we did it. Manipur people, Manipur, we did it. A decisive battle could have been fought. The people of Manipur suffered a lot during the war, with the many families running skelter-helter And Imphal, I am told, was almost devoid of people during the war. The untold miseries faced by the people of Manipur then were never brought out to the fore. It is nearly 7 decades now, but people still talk about the deaths caused during the bombing of Korai, Ching bomb, Mandap. Manipur had fought many wars with their neighbors, but had never used weapons of such a nature which caused havoc, killing, tension. See, I asked the hillock now, this neighboring one is green. But I was told that the hill is called Red Hill. How can a green hill becomes a red hill? Or call is it because of the warriors, they poured their blood in the hill, so we have named it as Red Hill. It became red because of the blood poured by the warriors. Whatever it may be, it is a matter of great satisfaction to note that today the Imphal Peace Museum has become the hallmark and testimony of the strong historical connections which the people of Manipur have with Japan. I have also been given to understand that Nippon Foundation and Sasakwa Peace Foundation funded Imphal's Peace Museum with the land sponsored by the Manipur Tourism Department and implemented by Manipur Tourism Forum and Imphal Campaign Foundation. This effort will bring together the two sides and will be a platform for reconciliation, love and peace. There is, however, a need for further research to find out citizens of which countries fought during the Battle of Imphal, so that representatives of these countries are invited to make it fully inclusive. If I may add, more research is needed to be carried out on the battle sites, and these sites need to be preserved and restored in a meaningful manner with the proper memories or monuments erected and maintained so that the future generations can understand the sacrifices made from both sides, while also spreading the message of peace and affirming that war benefits no nation. I am fully confident that Manipur Tourism Forum will leave no stone unturned to achieve their goals. The state government and the forum can assist families of those who lay down their lives to visit these sites and pay homages to their ancestors and family members. I am sure that if these sites are maintained well, these will become pilgrimages for all from across the globe. Tourism is the fastest track for socio-economic development the world over. Its multiplier effect in employment generation is unmatched. Its vital role in poverty alleviation and economic growth is well recognized. The states of Northeast region are blessed with nature's bounty. Their wooded mountains, deep gorges with winding rivers, rolling hills and lush green valleys are an exhibit pictures of scenic beauty. The region is the treasure house of a biodiversity, flora and fauna. The colorful and rich heritage added to the beauty of the picturesque surroundings. In other words, it's a paradise unexplored, an ideal destination for the tourist, both domestic and international. The tremendous potential for tourism in the region needs to be exploited for the economic growth and prosperity of its people. I believe that this can be an event to make Manipur known to many parts of the world and will be harbinger for making Manipur World War II heritage site and attract tourists from all across the globe, especially from those countries where citizens have laid down their lives here, thus bringing economic benefits as well as to the state. Here, the vital role to be played by the Manipur Tourism Forum will be the deciding agency. I salute to those freedom fighters from this district who are, among others, late Sri M. Koirang Singh and H. Nilamani Singh, who selflessly dedicated their lives to supply foods to Japanese army. We should always pay our tribute to known and unknown martyrs. I compliment the organizers for their efforts and thank them for inviting me in this solemn occasion. I wish the anniversary celebration all success. I salute the warriors of INA who have sacrificed their lives during the war. Now, I was told only 1,500 and above soldiers they sacrificed their life. But here I have come to know it is around 5,000 people they have been martyred themselves. Also, I salute them also. So, one more thing I want to tell here is the lesson that we learn from the history is that we are not learning anything from the history. I wish you people to invite the people from Ukraine and Russia. Okay, Second World War was over. Almost after 70 years we are here. We are discussing about that. These nations, they should realize at least. Ultimately, what is the benefit? You have to realize that. Siddhartha has again born, now he will become a Buddha. So, this place, suppose, when they come, of course, they may come, it is a tourist spot, jolly. We can play with our friends. Not knowing the actual purpose of the visit, they may come, students may come. But after coming and seeing all these things, and they will realize the mind works and he will become a Buddha. That is what I am saying. So it's a mind changer. Even myself, though I am well aware of all those things, even then when I entered, my mind changed. Even this film that I saw for a few minutes, I could not be able to speak immediately. So that is the spirit of this place. So number one. Number two, one more lesson is also that I am proud to be with Japan now. Now we can proudly say our Prime Minister Narendra Modi can go and he can talk to the leaders of, I am not undermining anybody. With due respect to them, I am saying, I am prepared to help you, come on, when you are in need. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi can say to the leaders of Britain now, the same way, the same Japan, which those people, they want to crush it, bomb it. Now they have grown very fast and whatever the important materials available, they prepare and they supply to those forces. So vengeance means this is the vengeance, not fighting against them. So we will show to them what we are. We will grow, we will prosper. And that way, India and Japan, we are one. I am very happy to be here in that respect. We don't have enmity. We don't want to be inimical to anybody. Because we want, at least we should learn lesson from the history. Peace, peace, peace. That is the only solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our respected Chief Guest, Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri La Ganeshan, for your kind words of wisdom. Thank you so much once again. Now may I invite Mr. Harjeet Sinam, Secretary, Manipur Tourism Forum, to propose the vote of thanks.
On behalf of Manipur Tourism Forum in the Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation, I would like to I take this privilege and the honor of proposing the vote of thanks of this auspicious occasion. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri L. La Ganeshan, for gracing the occasion as the chief guest. Thank you, sir. The continuous support of the government of Manipur under the able guidance of your good office is indeed an encouragement for all of us. Thank you. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to Sri Kawazu Kunihiko, Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Japan to India, for gracing the occasion of the 3rd anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum as the guest of honor. Thank you, sir. We look forward for your kind indulgence in the future in promoting Indo-Japanese relationship, particularly for the work being initiated in Manipur. I would like to thank Sri P.K. Jha, IAS, Commissioner of Tourism, Government of Manipur, for accepting our invitation to be a part and patron of today's function. The overwhelming support of Government of Manipur has made this program a grand success. Thank you, sir. I would like to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to Sri Atsumi Tsunami, President, Sasakawa Peace Foundation, for gracing the occasion of the 3rd anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum as the guest of honor. Thank you, sir. We look forward for your continuous support. I would also like to express our sincere appreciation and gratitude to Mr. Yohei Sasakawa, Chairman Nippon Foundation, for the continuous support that has been provided over the last couple of years. Thank you. Sir, we look forward for your continuous support. I would like to thank the team of Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Yui-san, Ayuko-san, and Sanya-san, for their effort and contribution that has been provided for the last couple of years. Thank you very much. We hope to see that you support us in the near future also. I would like to thank the team of Nippon Foundation, Ishikawa-san and Yuko-san, for their endless support. Thank you. I would like to thank and express our sincere gratitude to our invitees for accepting this invitation, and your gracious presence has made this event a grand success. Thank you. I would like to thank the print and electronic media for covering this event. I would like to thank our technical team for the support provided for this event. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our staff of Imphal Peace Museum, my colleague of Manipur Tourism Forum, and Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation for making this event a grand success. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harjeet Sinam, Secretary, Manipur Tourism Forum. Now the moment of conclusion of the 3rd anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum arrives. On behalf of the organizer, would like to thank everyone once again, our respected chief guests, our respected guest of honors, for your timely and gracious presence, and friends from the Embassy of Japan, from other countries and other regions, would like to wish you a pleasant stay in Imphal in Manipur. So before the departure of our respected chief guests, would like to request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.